So, Hell's Paradise or Jigokuraku tells the story of Gabimaru the Empty, a lone shinobi who gets himself caught in the midst of a conspiracy plot to have him framed for the betrayal of his clan, being sentenced to die by decapitation. But Gabimaru has some hidden abilities passed down to him through generations, supernatural abilities that allow him to harden his body, making his skin endure any kind of exterior damage and pain, which allows him to cheat death at the hands of the numerous executioners that have attempted to separate his head from his shoulders, granting him the death he claims to wish for. And yet, at the last second, for some reason that once you read the story you'll find out exactly what it is, Gabimaru uses his ability to escape that fate, until a professional and prestigious executioner arrives and is tasked to deliver him true peace. This is the very beginning of chapter 1 of one of the most recent shonen manga that have come out this past couple of years. Although there's much more to this concept and story, despite being a very important element to it, it's not the main plot thread that lies at the center of Jigokuraku. These two main characters, Gabimaru, the one on the death row, and Sagiri Asayamon, his executioner, are tasked, among others in equal situations, to search for the mythical elixir of immortality, which is rumored to lie in a desolate island, free from human domain, but one that is cursed with all kinds of unknown threats and perils, in other words, with death. For some reason, this manga was able to pass unnoticed by many, especially among the big up-and-coming shonen titles that have been popularized by word of mouth, like Chainsaw Man or Act Age. I have to thank the person in the comments of Ivirame last year, if I remember correctly, who recommended me this manga, because Hell's Paradise is awesome, and it needs a bigger following and exposure for sure. Right from the start, I gravitated towards Gabimaru as a character, and this mysterious aura he had on him. A person born to live as just an assassin, empty like his given nickname suggests, at least on the surface. As the story progresses, no, right from the start in the first chapter, you notice there's much more to him than what meets the eye. You see glimpses of his humanity through and through, whether we point out his dry sense of humor, showing off the sarcastic side of his personality, or his decision to not kill other human beings after his capture. Also, the darkness that surrounds his character and all the others through the world that they live in is fascinating as you find out more about the main and also secondary players, who end up being unexpectedly on the forefront as the story develops. Most of the characters get to shine in their own particular ways. Certain characters appear to be very one-dimensional at first, but as you find out, not only like Gabimaru, there's more to their past and personality, but also your initial opinion as to their fate and role in the story changes as well. Just like the plot and nature of the series, in fact, what seems like your typical MacGuffin search in a mysterious island constantly evolves. Now it is a battle royale. Oh, now it's a supernatural battle shonen series. The mystery that surrounds the island itself is particularly interesting, as you're given information sparingly throughout the chapters, even if its means of being given to the reader are through a substantial amount of exposition, but the character dynamics and interactions are so relatable and fun to see unfold, and so is the payoff to the new questions that keep arising, that such criticism becomes secondary. Plus, the action keeps escalating into more and more ridiculous amounts of scale, but in a fun and entertaining way. You can definitely look forward to some WTF moments that constantly grab your attention throughout and prevents you from stopping your reading. The art itself is also very well drawn. There are some gorgeous panels in Hell's Paradise you can feast your eyes on. If the beautiful covers are any indication, you can expect some really nice artwork on the artist's part. I personally gravitated a lot towards the character designs, simple but unique at the same time, especially the creatures' designs that wander around the island. And I thought that the titans from Attack on Titan were freaky looking. The monsters from Jigokuraku are just as terrifying. The world building and fantasy elements that are introduced in this story are unique and interesting, so are its concepts. I think there's definitely something good here for anyone who ventures reading this manga series. Hopefully, it gets an anime adaptation, that way it might give it the boost that it deserves. So yeah, here are my 2 cents on Hell's Paradise. I hope I piqued your interest, and if I didn't, well, at least I made you aware of this series. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, be safe and well. じゃ、またね。